Sure. Stan, Scott Cushing from NOLA.com. Just curious how you thought those final couple minutes played out your first close game of the season.
Yeah, well, the final couple minutes I thought played out well, other than a couple of turnovers, but I thought our defense was really, really good the last couple of minutes. Now, when they got back in the game, I thought we got sloppy against their zone and our defense broke down a little bit. But at the end of the game, yeah, I mean, we got the job done defensively, I thought, very, very well.
What's up, Coach? This is Will from The Athletic. Just what do you think about the control B.I. had over the offense and the way he was able to get himself going and his teammates as well?
No, I thought he did a really good job. Obviously, took us from behind to the lead. We were riding him on every play. And then I probably went too far with it. He had 2 turnovers down there at the stretch. I think he was tired at the end. I'd probably given him too much there. Yeah, obviously, he both made plays and made shots that got us the lead. And look, I mean, I told these guys afterwards, it sounds crazy, but as a coach, these are my favorite kinds of wins. Not that I want to shoot like that every night, but to shoot 38% and 20% from 3 and be able to get a win against a good team, to me is a great way to win. Because any team, every team in this league, every team can beat any team on their best night. The good teams have to be able to win on less than their best nights. And we did it by the things we've been talking about since day one. Finally, we took care of the ball, only 8 turnovers to their 15. All right? We get 12 offensive rebounds to their 4, and we get 28 free throw attempts to their 8. I had sent them a text probably a month before training camp and just said, the first step is we've got to get to where we don't beat ourselves, and talking specifically about turnovers and fouls. And so we were able to win a game doing that, despite the fact that we really, really struggled to shoot the ball.
Coach, you mentioned turnovers and fouls, and first thing is you turned them over 15 times. They only averaged 12 a year ago. You only turned it over 8 times yourself, and a couple of those were in the very late stages. You really did a very good job hanging on the basketball, but 11 steals against a team like that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I thought we were active with our hands. I thought our defense in general was pretty good. We had a couple of 3-4 minute stretches where we weren't very good, but I thought over the course of 48 minutes, we were pretty good defensively. I thought we did a very good job on DeRozan, on his pick and rolls, and on him individually. We did a good job staying down on his shot fakes. So I thought defensively we were good, and we rebounded the ball. So I was pretty happy defensively. Offensively, in spurts, I thought we got good ball movement. We're still really a work in progress, and we're riding a lot of individual play right now. We need to be a little bit better with ball movement and execution, but a good win for the 3rd game of the year.
Hey Stan, Christian Clark here with NOLA.com. Lonzo had 5 of those steals. What did you just think about what he was able to do defensively in this game?
Well, he's got great anticipation. He's long. He's just got really good instincts for the ball, and I thought he did a really good job there. So, yeah, I was happy with him. I thought he played a good game. I thought he played a really, really good game.
Coach, it's David Grubb with the Bird Rights. In that first half, as things really were slow, how did you get your team to maintain their focus defensively and stay in the game until you could get some things going with Brandon, get some things going with Lonzo in the mid-range?
Yeah, I didn't really have to do anything. This is a pretty good group as far as staying with the game. I think we saw it, David, in the first 2 games of the year, too. We came from down in Toronto. Even the Miami game, which didn't end up good, we were way down, got it back to 6. We're in the game. Didn't finish well the last 8 minutes. A lot of that was, I used our guys a long time trying to get back into that game. I think we ran out of gas. But this group keeps playing, and they keep fighting, and I've been happy with that. So I'm not surprised that we stuck with it.
It's Scott again with NOLA.com. In his postgame on the floor, Brandon said he thought he was pretty terrible down the stretch. That Bled kind of bailed him out. What did you kind of take from when you hear things like that? That a guy who played the game he did, kind of that's the first thing that he thinks about, and also just what does it mean that he wanted the ball as much as he did going down the end, even if it didn't necessarily work out.
Yeah. No, look, I'm glad he wanted the ball. He's going to be in that situation a lot, and he clearly understands the responsibility that goes with that. And so, even though he had a great stretch there and scored a lot of points, he knows he can't turn the ball over in those situations, and he's taken that responsibility seriously. So he'll get better. We'll get better. Watching film from last year, and you guys know this actually better than I do, down the stretch in games, it was Drew Holiday who had the ball all the time. So even though Brandon and Zion scored a lot of points, Drew was the guy they went to down the stretch in games. And so now this is a new experience, for Brandon to be the guy that we're going to down the stretch in a close game. And so I thought overall he handled it pretty well for at least one of the very few times he's been asked to do it.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again. You mentioned after the last game that you wanted to rely on your bench a little bit more. You felt like you needed to give those guys more minutes. End up playing only 3 bench guys tonight. Just what was your mentality as far as using those guys, and what do you think going forward, how you're going to use them?
Yeah, look, but it's not a matter to me of how many guys I use. It's the minutes. And so, we played 70 minutes off the bench tonight, okay, which really, it still puts our starters averaging, 33 minutes a game, but that I think is about where you want your best players, and the 70 minutes, I'm looking more at the bench minutes, and I told them the best thing about our bench tonight, 70 minutes from J.J. Josh and Jackson Hayes, 1 turnover combined for the 3 of them. We've talked about if we're not putting the ball in your hands and asking you to create plays, you need to be a low mistake player. And for those 3 guys to combine for 1 turnover in 70 minutes is huge. And look, when you take care of the ball, when you defend, and when you rebound and you don't foul, you will generally at least have a chance to win, even if the ball's not going in. In the Toronto game, we had to live on our shooting because we had 27 turnovers and the whole thing. And like I said, anybody can win on a great shooting night. This was pretty solid basketball. Certainly a lot of things that have to get better, but pretty solid basketball that we can build on and hopefully get a lot smoother offensively as we go.
Hey, Coach, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. You had just touched on DeMar DeRozan actually having an off night. Was there anything special you guys did? Because he got off the game, I think he had a couple of drives where he got his fellow teammates a couple of easy shots from 3 that he hit. But did you guys do anything different? Did you lock down on him in any specific game plan?
Well, look, he had 9 assists, so it's not like he didn't play well. He had a little trouble shooting the ball, second night of a back-to-back. That will happen. No, we didn't do anything special. I thought we played real hard. We stayed disciplined to what we were supposed to do. We didn't give him a lot of room on his pick and rolls to get downhill. So I thought Bled and Josh were solid and disciplined on him, and I thought Steven and Jackson were very good on their pick and roll defense.
All right, I think we're all set. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
joining us. Christian, you can get things started.
Hey Josh, Christian Clark here with Null.com. Stan just talked about, preaching to you guys throughout training camp of not beating yourselves. Just how rewarding was it to have a win where, low turnover total, you guys barely let them get to the line?
That's a great win for us because at the end of the day, you can't dictate or can't control if you're making shots, missing shots. All you really can control is your effort, your attention to detail, your habits, and those kind of things. So we were able to do that. Stan did a great job during training camp, and since then, helping us with habits, helping us, take care of the ball and doing those kind of things. So that really came out today. And when we can get wins like this, it's a special group. So hopefully, we don't shoot this bad again. But at least we know if we do, we have the attention to detail and the habits to still pull out a W.
What's up, Josh? This is Will from The Athletic. Another game where you guys hold an opponent to under 100 points. Just what do you think about the strides you guys have made defensively early on in this process? Understand?
It's amazing. Obviously, defense wins championships, and that's our goal. And Stan's done an amazing job defensively, and Bob and those kind of guys just drilling those things, having a great foundation, and we can't speak enough about that. So defensively, it's great to hold a team under 100 points. When you do that, you put yourself in a position to win almost every night. So.
Hey Josh, Scott Kushner from NOLA.com. First game, kind of where Brandon was the guy as far as taking over. Stan mentioned, Drew had to kind of take that role last year. What did you think about Brandon down the stretch? And he said he thought he played terrible down the stretch, but it seems like that's an important role for somebody to take the mantle of. And how would you kind of evaluate that? What did it mean to you guys?
Yeah, no, there was a lot of games last year where he took control in the fourth quarter and helped us out. Obviously, Drew, that was, for the most part, he was cool, calm, collective under pressure, doing those kind of things. But B.I.'s had experience doing that, and today obviously was a big game of fourth quarter, get him the ball, he's going to make the right decisions. He didn't shoot the ball as great today, but, he was still aggressive. He made the right decision. When he was open and, had shots he could make, he shot them. If he didn't, he got off the ball. So he did a great job on that. I guarantee you he's going to be watching film about that tonight and tomorrow and seeing what he can do to get better. But, that's our all-star, and, we're going to give him the ball in the fourth quarter every time and let him create.
What did you think about his game overall tonight? It seemed like he pulled you guys out of a couple funks tonight.
Yeah, that's what we expect from him. He's our all-star. And, he has the ability and the talent to go out there and control the game, whether that's making shots or, drawing to, making the right pass and, getting us a bucket in that kind of way. So I think that's something that's great for him. It makes him a special player because he's not just a scoring, machine. He can make plays for other people. And I think that's special when you have a guy who's our go-to guy who realizes when a play call is called for me, it's not for me to go out there and just score. It's for me to go out there and get the best shot available for this team, and he has done and will continue to do an amazing job with that.
Hey Josh, it's Andrew from ESPN. Stan's kind of talked before about you playing basically starters minutes, and I don't think you came out of the game in the first half after you checked in the first. What about just being ready to kind of give these guys, 18-minute stretches or 10, 12-minute stretches is kind of been helpful for you in your game right now?
Yeah, that's my job. I know, obviously I'm not a starter, but I know I got to go in, when give those guys a breather and, play as well as I can, get these guys a spark off the bench, let those guys get a rest. And then, games like today where I'm playing well in the first half, I just continue all the way through. And other times where I might get tired, those guys come right back in. So I know that's my role. I want to be great in that role. I want to help this team in any way I can. So that's just a way for me to help go out there and win games. And at the end of the day, that's all I really want to do, regardless of stats, numbers, and all that. If I played 10 minutes tonight, and we won, I would have been good. So that's just my mentality of it. Just want to help this team any way I can, and trying to get to the playoffs for the first time, man. So whatever they need, I'm trying to get there.
Hey Josh, Christian Clark, just one more real quick. Lonzo had 5 steals in this game. Just what did you think about what he was able to do defensively?
Oh, he did a great job. He within the passing lanes, especially in that late in that third quarter, even early in that fourth, when they went zone and our offense was a little stagnant. We weren't getting buckets like we were before. He did a great job of getting in the passing lane, getting us easy baskets, and really helped us during that time. Obviously, like I said, offensively we weren't putting as much points up, but he made key plays, key steals, key deflections to get us easy baskets. And when you're able to have a point guard like that, it starts with him. He starts on the ball. So when he's locked in, he's engaged. He's an amazing defender, and we saw it today, and that's something that we got to expect from him every night. We got to hold him accountable when he's not doing those things. But he's a special guy with an amazing talent of athleticism, instinct, and those kind of things. So he was amazing for us today. Cool, appreciate it.
All right, we're all set. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, I'm going. Okay.
Hey, Lonzo, Christian Clark with Null.com. Stan talked a little bit about just how excited he was that you guys, won one of these games where you did beat yourselves. I think 8 turnovers. You guys sent them to the line 8 times. Just what did it mean to get a win like that?
It felt good. I mean, we want to get as many wins as we can, obviously. In this league, you got to win in a variety of different ways if you want to be a good team, and we did that tonight.
What's up, Zo? This is Will from The Athletic. Another big game from BI. Just what do you think about the progress he's made as far as controlling the game and being able to be a decision maker for you guys down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, he's that guy for us. We all know that. We look to him, especially in crunch time situations, to bring the win home for us, and that's what he's done twice now. So we have the utmost confidence in him, and we love playing with him.
Hey, so it's Andrew from ESPN. I know we talked about it this morning, but now, how do you think the communication on defense was? It seemed like everything you guys worked on this morning kind of came to fruition this evening.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the tape. We talked about it. We all decided that obviously the talk wasn't where it needed to be last game, and it was there tonight. And I think it showed, and ultimately led to a win tonight.
Hey Lonzo, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. Could you talk a little bit about the last final play of the game where Eric Bledsoe comes up with a huge block to prevent San Antonio from even getting a shot to tie it up?
Yeah, I mean, Blake came in. He was cold. He didn't really play too much in the fourth, and he made the biggest play tonight for us. So, I mean, it's just about staying ready for us. It was just a great play at the end of the game and sealed the win for us.
All right, I think we're all set. Thanks, Lonzo.
Appreciate it.
All right, we have Zion Williamson. Andrew, you can get things going.
Hey, it's Andrew from ESPN. Zion, just wanted to get your thoughts on Brandon's game, and especially Brandon kind of taking over in that fourth quarter for you guys.
Is there like a lag?
Is you not here?
No, it's like I'm saying like with the camera.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, that's fine. I think it was very big for us, and we needed that. That really put us over the top, and that helped us get the win.
What's up, Zion? This is Will Gillard with The Athletic. Third straight game for you with a double-double. Just how important is it for you going into this season to make an impact on the board, especially on the defensive end, even on nights when you're not getting 25, 30 points?
I think that's a big part of, building winning culture. When one thing isn't working for you, don't let it affect the other parts of your game, like defense and rebounding. So whatever I can do to help my team win, I'm going to do it.
Zion, Christian Clark with Null.com. This was the second time in 3 games you kept an opponent under 100 points. Why do you guys think you, played so well in defensive end tonight? What was working?
We were a lot better communicating tonight on defense, and because of that communication, it let us get a lot of stops. But then at the same time, you got to understand the Spurs. They don't settle for shots. They always try to find the best shot each time down the court. So that can also play a factor into it.
And just a quick follow-up here. I mean, we talked to Stan after that shoot-around today. He said, that was a big emphasis. Was that kind of your read on it after coming off the Heat game where you guys gave up a bunch in the second quarter of just, we need to talk a little bit more?
Yeah, that was something we really talked about and discussed as a team, and it's like I said after that game, like this is our job. Like we can't choose not to talk. Like we have to talk. Like we want to build winning culture. We're gonna have to communicate on defense.
Hey, Zion, Scott Kushner with NOLA.com. Stan mentioned, it's good to win a game when you guys shot really badly. Obviously the opener, you guys made a bunch of three-pointers. It was enough to win. But this is a type of win that he feels is more sustainable. Do you agree with that kind of assessment? What does that sort of mean for your confidence about this team moving forward?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Just the ability to win a game when you guys did not shoot the ball particularly well. Is that more sustainable? Does that give you more confidence kind of going forward?
It's one of those things that if you know Stan, man, he loves that. Because that shows that we're making improvements as a team when, shots aren't falling for us the way we want them to. But, like I said, we're building winning culture, and we gotta. If one thing's not working, that don't mean we stop doing everything else. You still have other parts of the game to keep working at. So, the team performed very well on defense and communication. And, if we want to be a great team, we got to be great even when nights aren't really going well for us.
Brett, you can go ahead.
Thanks, sorry. Hey, interested in what you were thinking as you saw the 15-point lead in the third quarter kind of dwindle on a long run by the Spurs to where they were leading by a bit. And then, of course, you guys are really challenged to put it together down the stretch.
It's something that I learned last year in my rookie year. This is the NBA. It's a 24-second shot clock. Like, unless you have like a giant lead, 20-point leads are almost like 7 to 10-point leads. Like, they can, be vanquished within 2 minutes, and you could be down 15 1 second or up 15, and next thing you know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, it's a tied game because everybody's so good.
Hey Zion, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. I know obviously this was a very good defensive night as a team, but can you remember the last time you specifically got 5 steals in a game?
Man, 5 steals? I want to say maybe in college, or if not college, in high school for sure.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
All right, we're all good. Thanks, Zion.
No problem. You guys have a great night.
start things off.
Hey, Brandon, Andrew from ESPN. We heard kind of some of your comments post game, but what do you think? What overall grade would you give yourself tonight on your performance?
I mean, I don't know. I know I came in the fourth quarter and made a couple shots to get our team back into the game. It was a struggle going through the first and third quarter, but my teammates kept me in it. On the defensive end, they were really good. I don't know how to grade myself, but I know my teammates kept me in the game.
What's up, y'all? This is Will from The Athletic. How much during the offseason was it a focus for you to work on hitting more threes off the dribble, and how much does that open up your game if that becomes a consistent weapon?
Well, I noticed guys have to play me a little bit differently when I'm shooting the three ball and shooting it at a high volume. It opens up a lot of things, not only for me, but for my teammates when I'm getting into the seams of the defense and creating my own shot, but also creating a shot for my teammate and making sure that I know he has the confidence to knock the shot down and continue to deliver it.
And one follow-up, Stan, you mentioned last year that a lot of times in fourth quarters you guys were looking to Drew to make plays, and now that's going to be your job much more often this year. How much are you looking forward to just taking on that role, being the guy to close out games for the team?
And I'm comfortable with it because I'm able to accept failure in it and get better from it. I think I put in the work to get to these points, and I'm very comfortable at the end and creating my shot, but also reading the game and creating for others. So at the end of the game, I'm comfortable in those situations.
Hey Brandon, Christian Clark with Null.com. You guys only turned it over 8 times. You only allowed the Spurs to get to the free throw line 8 times. Stan sounded very excited that you guys did some of these things and preaching through training camp. Just how meaningful was it to get a win when you're able to do those things?
It's very meaningful. Just because we didn't have a good shooting night tonight, we did other things well on the basketball floor, and that showed, especially in the first group, the second group. Guys did their jobs on the defensive end, and we got stops and ran. The percentage wasn't good on the offensive end, but we did what it took to win, and that's the most important thing.
Brandon, Scott Kusher with Noel.com. When you get into the last couple minutes, it's the first real clutch situation you guys have had this season. When it got into that, how much did you feel like you kind of needed to run the offense, and how much do you think that means for you and for this team to kind of be in that position?
Well, we were struggling to score. I just tried to find a way that I could maybe score a few times or maybe start a momentum shift. And it worked out. I think we'll be in this situation a lot, and hopefully the different nights we'll shoot the ball better, but it was important for us to just continue to push and play the hardest and get those stops on the defensive end, and on the offensive end just get the best shot for us.
Just quick follow-up, did that direction come, like you kind of taking the ball, was that you kind of owning that, or was that come from Stan? Did that come from teammates? Or does that just kind of happen naturally during a game?
Well, Stan was really doing a good job. He wanted the basketball in my hand, and he made it aware. But at the same time, I was going to go get it or say something to Zoe of how somebody is guarding JJ or somebody is guarding Josh Hart on something, or how they're guarding me. It was communication, and I just wanted to get the best shot on the floor, and with the ball in my hand, I felt like tonight was really good.
Hey Brandon, Rod Walker with NOLA.com. When it comes to these final stretches of the game, do you think this team is maybe better prepared than it was last year? And what are some of the differences between this year and last year down the stretch of games, you feel like?
I think experience helps out a lot. I think we've been in this position. We've lost a lot of games in this position, and we just let the other team just continue to go through the nail and put up points. But I think, like I said, the defensive end was really, really good. We didn't let the offensive end affect the defensive end. We stayed with our defensive intensity. Guys made big plays on the defensive end, and we were just really good down the stretch.
What's up, guys? This is Will one more time. Zion mentioned a couple times tonight the importance of building a winning culture and emphasizing the right things where you can win more of these grinded out type of games. Where do you think you guys are as a team, just building those good habits and putting yourself in a position to close out games that you didn't last year?
Well, everything is new. Everything is new. We got a new coach. We got a few new players, and we know that this is going to be a process before we reach our full potential of what we think we'll be. So every day is a grind. Every day is how can we get better the next day? What mistakes did we make in this game that won't carry over to the next game? And it's all about being professional. So this is a good start. I mean, to be 2-1. I don't think I ever started 2-1 in the league. So this is a good start for us. It gives us confidence to keep going and just know that we can run with these guys in the league.
All right, we're all set. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks, man.
Are those
That'll be it for
goals
tonight, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your